Hello everyone, this is the Sports Spiral, and in today's video I'm going to preview the College Football National Championship. But before I do that, I need to have a look at all of the bowl games that have been happening. So I'm going to get right into pretty much everyone that did most of these. So Troy was able to beat Texas San Antonio there. uh, it was a blowout for Oregon State over Florida. That program, Oregon State, it's really headed in the right direction now. Win for Louisville over Cincinnati. And then we had BYU. They were able to beat SMU. Fresno State pulled off an upset against Washington State. Boise State beat North Texas. Toledo beat Liberty. Air Force beat Baylor. And then Houston, they beat Louisiana. Wake Forest beat Missouri. We had Eastern Carolina win. Wisconsin win. Uh, a win for Duke. A win for Arkansas. Oregon was able to beat North Carolina in a good matchup there. Texas Tech pulled off the upset against a falling Ole Miss team. Minnesota, another good bowl win for them. They're very good in bowl games. And then FSU, they outlasted Oklahoma in another good game there. And then Washington really trending in the right direction. They were able to beat Texas. A win for NC State and a win for Pitt. They're upsetting UCLA. Notre Dame, they're looking pretty good now with a win over South Carolina and a good matchup. And then loss for Clemson. It's Tennessee proved they could get done without Hendon Hooker. Milton played pretty well, and Tennessee really heading into the college football playoff direction. So we'll see what they can do next year. Uh, and Alabama, they get it done in blowout fashion versus Kansas State. Kansas State put up a little bit of fight early in the game, but they fall a big to Alabama. Alabama, they're going to be in the playoffs next year. I know Bryce Young's not going to be back for Alabama, but they're still good at replacing talent. Even though they stumbled mid-season, they're still really good at replacing talent, and they're a really good team. Although I don't think that Alabama has fallen so much, but I just think that SEC competition has gotten a lot better. Look at all these SEC teams suddenly in the top 10 and 20. You got South Carolina, LSU, Tennessee. They are all really getting up there. And then Iowa, they blew out Kentucky 21-0. Mississippi State, they got it done versus Illinois. A win for Tulane and a crazy upset. Tulane had a sneaky good season, really good season for them. And USC, they're like, Williams is really good, but, and I know it's just their first season, Lincoln Riley's first season there. But they definitely are going to have to find like a defense and a team at USC. So it'll be interesting to see if they can make a playoff run next year. Then we had uh, LSU with a blowout win versus Purdue, and Penn State got the better of Utah in the Rose Bowl. And then we had the the playoffs, and it was a win for TCU over Michigan in a high-scoring matchup there, with TCU winning 51-45. Very high-scoring. You wouldn't expect Michigan's defense to allow that many points. An upset victory there for TCU, and they move on to the playoff, to the national championships. And then Georgia versus Ohio State was, in my opinion, I haven't watched that many games, but it seemed like the best game of the season. That was a really good game. Georgia came back from like 11 points, and they got it done. It wasn't easy for Georgia, but they got it done, and they are headed into the championships once again. So my record for the bowl games, including the semifinal games, uh, what's 19 and 12, so pretty good for the bowl games for me because bowl games are just typically very hard to pick since these teams don't play each other often. So I did pretty good with the bowl games there. But I did miss out on TCU with that upset. So we have the championship here. Georgia, the Bulldogs, they're not the underdogs, but TCU, it's the Bulldogs versus the underdogs here. Uh, Under Frogs. We're calling the TCU Under Frogs. That's what we're going to call them. So, uh, yeah, TCU, it's gone all the way in a shocking scenario here. We'll see if Max Duggan can lead them to a victory here. I've got Georgia 34-24. Should be a decent game. I just think Max Duggan is going to keep TCU in it. And yeah, Georgia, they've been looking really good. I think they get it done here. But I think TCU definitely has a chance. Will be very exciting to see how this plays out. So that's going to do it for this video. Please make sure to subscribe and like. And this is the Sports Spiral. Bye.